Today's news. Preliminary hearing held on Ainullah Fatullahev's appeal. Adnan Hajizadeh's appeal to be considered after the 15th of September. The socio-political situation in Azerbaijan doesn't pave way for free parliamentary elections. Financial crisis leaves many specialists unemployed.
On September 2nd, under the chairmanship of Judge Mirpasha Husyanov, Baku Appellate Court held a preliminary hearing on journalist Ainullah Fatullahev's appeal. As the journalist requested, the hearing was postponed to 11 a.m. September 7th in order to give him time to familiarize himself with the protocols of the first instance court hearing. In the preliminary hearing, the journalist also stated that the shirt he had worn during the previous hearing was taken from him in the detention center. The phrase, "some blood for oil," was written on the shirt. Fatullahev also asked the judge why he had rejected the requests from the international organizations to meet with him. The judge said the letters had not been replied to yet. The journalist appealed against Garadagh District Court's July 6 decision of imprisonment for 2.5 years based on the accusation of storing drugs and demands his immediate release. In 2007, Ainullah Fatullahev was sentenced to 8.5 years in jail for threatening terror and other accusations. However, the European Court on Human Rights issued a decision on his innocence and immediate release. The Azerbaijani government has been refusing to comment on this decision.
On the 2nd of September, in the Baku Appellate Court, under the chairmanship of Judge Salikhan Mirzaev, blogger Adnan Hajizadeh's appeal was considered. The blogger, who is being held in prison number 14, was not brought to the hearing. Representatives from the prison did not come to court either. State plaintiffs said that the case should not be considered without the participation of the representatives of prison, because their participation is very important. The blogger's lawyer, Isahan Ashurov, said that he will be abroad from the 9th to the 15th of September and requested to reschedule the next hearing to another date. The lawyer also requested to transfer Adnan Hajizadeh to Baku Investigative Prison temporarily. The consideration of the appeal regarding the blogger's early release has not been rescheduled to a definite time yet. The appeal of blogger Adnan Hajizadeh regarding his early release is not accepted in the Garadagh District Court under the chairmanship of Judge Rufan Mursalov. Bloggers Amin Milli and Adnan Hajizadeh were arrested regarding the incident that took place in a Lebanese restaurant on the 8th of July in 2009. Although they were beaten, they were sentenced to 2.5 years imprisonment and 2 years imprisonment under the charges of hooliganism and inflicting intentional minor bodily harm. The socio-political situation in Azerbaijan doesn't pave the way for holding free and fair parliamentary elections, says a report unveiled by the Center for Election Monitoring and Democracy Education on September 2nd. Unfortunately, it is not worth discussing the democratic atmosphere on the eve of the elections. 9 protest actions have been conducted since April 2010. Most of them had cases of administrative detentions and physical pressure. Freedom of assembly is restricted not only to street actions but also to the events held in closed spaces by civil society. Specifically, some NGOs' events could not be held in Ganja, Yevlak, Nakhchivan, Sheki, or Mingechevir because of this, said the Center for Election Monitoring and Democracy head Anar Mamadli during presentation of the report. He also mentioned several serious problems regarding freedom of speech and conscience and lack of political pluralism in TV channels. The detention of journalist Ainullah Fatullahev and bloggers Amin Milli and Adnan Hajizadeh doesn't support the democratization of the pre-election situation or increase the public's trust in the election process, Mamadli emphasized. The global financial crisis has negatively affected the employment market over the past year, the experts of the Center for Economic Research stated at the press conference held in Caspian Plaza on September 2nd. According to the center's calculations, 8,747 jobs were lost in 2009, in comparison to 3,037 jobs lost in 2008. In 2008, 89,557 jobs were created, and a quarter of these jobs are permanent. In 2009, 54,515 people were employed, but half of them were employed in temporary jobs. The experts noted that normally mainly youth with primary and secondary educations lose their jobs during a crisis. However, in Azerbaijan, middle-aged educated people have lost their jobs, which is not normal. More jobs were cut in production industry than in other sectors. Among the Commonwealth of Independent States countries, Azerbaijan has the most jobs that are the least permanent. The experts of the Center for Economic Research have prepared several proposals to resolve the problem. They suggest researching the labor market and enhancing its information and statistics base, providing dialogue opportunities between employers and hired employees, and developing economic, not administrative, leverages in order to eliminate unemployment. The experts suppose that stimulation of industrial and infrastructural fields, emphasizing scientific achievements, is crucial for increasing the number of highly qualified employees in the labor market. Moreover, the unemployed should be provided with full benefits.